Emily and I work in the galvanics department at Press on Vinyl. Today we're going to make a set of Komparrison stampers to go on our presses and the first records to be pressed in Teesside. The first step is we get sent a master lacquer that we have to prep, which means we prepare the edges so it's a bit more conductive, and we prep the back of it so it brings it back, takes the wax off and brings it back down to the metalwork so that the contacts on our backs have something to touch so the electricity can pass through. And then the next stage after that is the cleaning stage, which is really important to get out any dust or grease or anything like that. So we clean it for about 6 minutes in 2 different soaps and give it a wash. It's important to rinse it massively to get all the soap off after that, because the soap can cause little marks and stains that can cause sound. And after that it goes into our silvering process, which is a sensitizer which just makes it into like a flat surface so the silver sits flat on it, like in the grooves but flat on the grooves, and then an activator, and then we spray it with a sugar silver solution that's like 50% sugar, 50% silver, which makes the full disc conductive. And then it goes into our electroplating baths. First stage is a little pre-nickel, which is just a very thin layer of nickel that attaches to the silver. That's just to protect the silver without the high voltage, and then it goes into our main baths for about 1.5 hours just to give it a thick layer of nickel that we separate, and that's an inverted copy of the master lacquer.
But it's Saturday night and you've not been sleeping anyway, so let's go out, we can dance all our troubles away. And we're dancing with our demons, and we're bouncing off the ceiling. We're still looking for the meaning, forget it, 'cause tonight.
My name's Jack and I work in galvanics here at Press On. Once we split our newly formed father from the lacquer, we need to start our forming process, which initially starts with backlapping, which is a wet sanding procedure that essentially gets rid of any inconsistencies. It makes a perfectly flat back, because anything rough or any little blemishes could be pressed through onto the record and you could hear them as clicks or pops. After a 10-minute wet sand, we rinse, we wash, and then we need to centre it. It must be perfect, go across 2 axes, get the dead centre. If you were to get the centre incorrect, you'd see it as skating on your record, so the arm of your record player would be moving side to side a lot, and eventually it would sound distorted. Once it's been centred, we can form it into the stamper that we know as our final product, and that's just in a big heavy press. We put it face down, the machine does all the work, and it creases the sides, dents the middle, and it fits on our machines perfectly.